Hello. She's going first.
My name is Ashley, and I am 28 years old.
No, you're not.
Next month, I will be 29.
No, you're 29 already.
Next month, I will be 29.
That's right, okay. Yeah.
My sister doesn't even know how old I am. That's
I'm 30.
kind of sad.
We're a year and 11 months apart. And totally estranged and different. And together.
Very different.
Very together.
Very different people.
Give me your hand. That's
Okay.
her hand. She's
Okay.
E.T. No, we want to talk about how different we are. We're looking for a name for ourselves to represent who we are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of not a loner, but a hobo. She's been referred to as the Valley Girl. My niece is totally laughing. It's 2:00 in the morning, and she has no inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
But no, what I wish to speak about is things that are important, and what Ashley wishes to speak about is things that aren't. Ashley?
I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. I'm already confused.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're just supposed to talk to each other.
I don't really like to talk.
Forget. Yeah, Jedi mind tricks.
You're a dork.
I'm a dork.
Because we talking
But
to them, not me.
We're getting on board with God, and we're trying to use our faith to the best of our abilities. We've both escaped, false gods, and we're both in hellish situations.
Mm-hmm.
Hellacious. But this is a time of change in the world. This is a time for men to see themselves in the mirror clearly and to be blinded by the light of God's countenance. This is a time for us to see who we really are in Christ and try to figure out what it is that He wants us to do. But He's not the author of confusion. So He'll reveal to us what we should do in His time. For now, we're just a bunch of goofballs. And we just want so badly, I think, for people to know our story. People to know what we've been through. And that there's hope on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Definitely have a lot of stories.
Yeah.
Mostly bad, but some good ones too.
Mostly bad.
Mostly bad.
But, in AA, it's a dog butt. In AA, they talk about the misery tape and how you should replay the misery that alcohol has brought you. And I'm in AA because I'm an alcoholic. And when I do recount and remember the misery that it brought me, I know that it's not worth it. In life, we should recount our decisions. We should look back on them to figure out whether things are worth our time. But as humans, we don't learn from our own mistakes or other people's mistakes, which is the easy way to learn from others. We have to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again in order to learn them.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Sometimes lessons are so hard and so blunt that we get it right away. But there's nothing we can do about the consequences of our actions. Right now we're experiencing COVID-19 and need a court date desperately. And the dog desperately needs a comb.
So we are so different, and we are like in some ways, but we're very, very different. And I think me telling my story from my perspective,
Yes.
and her telling her story from her perspective, it's totally different.
Yeah.
And
Things
our
will come
attitudes
together.
are different, and even the way we dress is different. we're just very, very different. She's more outspoken, and I'm more quiet. I don't like to talk very much.
You have your moments.
Yeah, we all have.
She has her moments. Both of us being bipolar, she has her moments of mania, especially in the morning time, which is not my time for her to be talking at me.
Yes, I'm very loud and very crazy in the morning, and she does not even talk.
Psycho.
Like, she will ignore me.
Psycho.
I'll be like, good morning, and she'll be like, don't talk to me. So, yeah.
Also, our values are different. I care a lot about the earth, and she doesn't.
Yes, I do. I recycle.
What?
Sometimes.
When?
I care about the earth. I pick up people's trash and stuff.
When?
It's not even mine.
When?
All the time. If I walk through Walmart parking lot and I see garbage, I will
Don't pick up garbage from Walmart parking lot. Oh my God.
If I see something on the side of the road.
Don't pick up stuff off the side of the road now. We're in the middle of COVID.
Okay, so who cares about the earth?
I care about the earth. About to make some hoop houses.
Don't pick up trash.
No, don't
hoop houses.
pick up things anymore.
Your hoop house is going to be polluting.
I can't make my hoop house, which is a mobile greenhouse. I can't do that if I'm dead from picking up trash off the side of the road during COVID. I think I'm a little bit more afraid of
You're not gonna
the coronavirus than she is.
I don't even want to talk about that.
I just have anxieties that are different than hers, and
I have really bad anxiety. We both do, but our anxieties are very different. Anxiety is not the same for everybody,
right?
And neither is depression.
Like she doesn't like toilet paper. Like if I could pretend I have toilet paper,
I have a sensory processing disorder, which unfortunately I've passed on to my kids, some of them.
And I have a manic depressive disorder.
And I have Tourette's. Yay.
And with manic depressive disorder, with mostly mania, it seems like I have Tourette's, but I don't.
I do. And it shows.
It's hard to tell that she has Tourette's.
It comes out sometimes.
If you pay close attention, you'll probably see it. And now that I've mentioned it, she'll probably show it.
I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it coming on now.
The Tourette's
but
is
I'm
coming
not
on.
gonna. I'm gonna try my best not to show it. I've made up ways to cover it up. My 11-year-old daughter also has it too, I believe.
She has 4 kids.
She has found ways to cover up her
4
kids.
Bodies.
Do have 4 kids.
Constantly around. I have 2 children. Neither one of them are in my custody. I don't like to say that. It's like property laws and stuff. Like, who belongs to who. No, I had 2 children from my womb. And I made bad decisions. And those children are going to come to me in their time. And I trust God for that. That everything that's happened is for a reason. That we're here speaking to you who are listening for a reason. And even though it's almost 2:30 in the morning, that we have a purpose. We have a great purpose in this life. To reach out to others with our testimony. And we just like to know what things are opposite or that are similar, but, maybe antonyms of each other, because even though our experiences have been the same, our reactions to them have been very different. Therefore, we've decided to live our lives in very different ways. I'm a very stern disciplinary. She's a wet mop.
That is not funny at all.
I didn't laugh. It's true. It's true.
No.
Her disciplinary skills are that of Mother Teresa. Forgiving, 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 and never, she spares the rod indefinitely. And I don't spare the rod, not a chance in hell.
I have 2 kids with ADD, and one child that's 4, will be 5 in July, who has global developmental delay. And it is very different trying to discipline children who have different disabilities and anxieties. And you can't just spank your kids because it doesn't work.
It's not about spanking. I hardly ever spank your kids. What it's about is about scaring the fear of Jesus into them. And getting them to know that you're serious. Because kids don't take you seriously when you say things and you don't do them.
Leslie thinks she knows everything.
Yes, I do.
And we have very different opinions. But she doesn't put hers out there as her opinion. She puts it out there as a fact because she thinks she really, really knows everything.
It's a fact. I see the results from, the disciplinary actions that I've taken against her kids when she's not around. Because when she's around, it's not that she lets them off the hook or anything. She allows me to discipline her children because she's at a place right now where she does need a lot of help. She does need a lot of direction, and there's no shame in that whatsoever. She still has her children. And I know the mistakes I've made have made me stronger and made me able to tell her, don't let this child get away with this, and don't let this child get away with this. And I certainly don't let the children get away with anything. Back-talking and disrespect is shameful to me, and I have a temper like fire under your feet. She has been called a Comanche by her grandmother because what she does is she holds everything inside. She balls it up, and it gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And then she loses her damn mind.
Well,
As in me, I kind of let things come out and not build up.
Everything always comes out constantly. I think everyone can see that. Because be quiet.
It's better than exploding.
I do not hold everything in. Now, I do not like to show people my emotions. I don't even like to show my emotions when I'm alone. I don't know how to show my emotions. I don't like to cry. And when I'm mad, sometimes when I'm mad, I really, really get mad. But that's not because I hold everything in. I just have a lot more patience, I think, than other people do because I've been forced to have more patience than other people do. I have 4 kids, 2 with ADHD and 1 with a developmental problem, and yeah, if I didn't have patience, I would not be here.
They would have.
Something would be wrong.
Back in the 90s, when me and Ashley were the ages, in the late 90s, when me and Ashley were the ages of her children now that have been deemed as attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder, attention deficit disorder, and global developmental disorder, we had speech impediments. We could not pronounce r.
A lot of people have that problem.
And yeah, a lot of people have that problem, but mostly inbreds, as we are. We are inbred.
Oh my God!
Generations before. No, it's candidity. It's being candid, and yeah, you can't stand me, but there's a reason why I have so many teeth in my head, and there's a reason why, she was a shadow. There's a reason. I think that it's a genetic reason for our mental disorders. I think she must think that it just happens.
I don't think as much as you do. You think about everything.
I think a lot. I just think.
I don't.
Some people don't think.
I don't.
That's a problem.
It's not.
The Bible does say with much knowledge comes much grief, and it's true. I was talking to her oldest son, who is a lot like me. He's a know-it-all with a huge ego that just cannot crumble. And he likes to interject and back talk because his opinion is the rarest form of gold in the world. And that's how I feel about my opinion sometimes. And I talked to him about ego today. And he has such a bright spirit, and it's going to help me with horticulture and permaculture and vermicomposting and things like that. He's probably going to be a biologist if he doesn't let the world get him to a place where he is a bad person. Because this is the time when we're supposed to be shaping our kids to be adults. And I don't have my children to shape. So I shape even adults. I try to reshape adults.
No, that don't happen.
It does sometimes.
That's a waste of time.
It does sometimes. Sometimes I can reshape adults, but it's only in the will of God. It's not my will. It's only in the will of God. So even if I'm not walking with God in that particular moment, He's still gonna usher me to speak to people in a certain way and to spread knowledge, because knowledge is power. And the Bible says so, that knowledge is power. But with a lot of knowledge comes with a lot of grief, and there's a lot of pain and sorrow in my heart. There's a lot of anxiety. When you overthink and you overanalyze, which I used to do, I don't anymore. Now I just think, and I think at an extremely rapid rate. And that's part of the disorder.
What is it, my turn now? Miss Talk.
We love each other. We really do.
We can hate each other sometimes, though.
Yes, but we haven't hated each other in a long time. It's been really good.
Yeah, we became closer.
We became really close.
I still think she's a weirdo, though.
And she is a total bitch.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we're totally different, and we have very different opinions. Very. So, I guess that's just who we are.
Well, they say that opposites attract. And it's fun.
I don't believe that either.
That opposites attract. Sometimes they do. If we're so very much different, then opposites definitely attract. I put myself in a rehab center because of the unconditional love that she had started to show me when she herself became a victim of addiction. Not a victim. When she herself came face to face with addiction. She had never understood addiction until the doctor had put her on some pain medication, and so the story goes. But before that, I don't think she had much respect for me, because she thought I did things just because I wanted to do, not because I felt like I had to live. And then she experienced that, and everything changed. God changed it for both of us. He put us in the same boat even though we were different. He put us in the same boat so that we could come together and we could row together. And I row, and she rows. And I row. You're supposed to row when I say row.
I don't want to row.
Row.
No.
I'll smack you.
It's too early in the morning.
No, just row one time.
I just want to sleep.
No, I just got to say row. And then you row. 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 We're going to be working together till the day we die. If just one of us rows, the boat goes in a circle. That's physics.
Oh, yeah.
We both have to row for this boat to move forward. And we hope that maybe all you watch us, come undone and then be recreated.
Like we're dating or something.
Oh my God, no. When you're in a boat, you both have to row. Or else the boat goes in a circle. Oh my God.
That's a good point, if you want to start talking about relationship issues.
We're not talking about relationships in this video,
Yeah.
except for our relationship and what our name should be. So, comment, please. Let us know. With COVID going on, you're probably going to come across this video, and it's probably going to be completely and absolutely just desolate of interaction with humans. But this is our life. This is real. and we want to share more of our life with you.
And we get really crazy sometimes.
It's very late.
Us together, we get very...
It's an act.
We should
quite
start
an
a
act.
radio show. We really should.
We've talked about that for years, starting a radio show, yeah.
We get going and we can't stop. It's so funny.
Yeah, things can get hard too. Things can be really funny and things can get really ugly. And but we're just gonna share from our heart. How did your lips get that? Like I have bird lips. But yeah, just anyway. No, I just looked from the side and your lips like. But
something wrong with my lips?
No, they're like big.
Well, I never have to have collagen injections.
I'm gonna take out my hair.
She has dreads. I have
like
dreads.
Dreadful dreads. They're young dreads, and some of them are so grateful to be on my head, and some of them are like, "Let me go." But my hair just basically all wants to run for me. But give us ideas or hints about what we should name ourselves, and come back. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.